And we're rolling.
Me.
You, baby.
Yeah. Guess what, folks? We're back for another exciting adventure of Rubbing the Rhubarb. Brought to you by our sponsors tonight, Motley Crue, Van Halen, and a little group I like to call the Little River Band. We're gonna hear a lot from them tonight, but let me introduce my two co-hosts for a fabulous show, because we've come off two bummer of shows that we're not even going to put in the can. But let me introduce my two cohorts, my two buddies in crime here. I'm gonna look to my left and ask the Juice Man to step up to the podium.
A little more energy from you on this episode.
Yeah,
I like that.
try. Yeah.
High energy Don. That's my favorite kind of Don.
Hey, Juice Heads. What up? Hope you're staying safe. Welcome for another episode of your flagship show on the JGN. That's the Juice Giorgio Network. Rubbing the Rhubarb.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby. We're back. Big Tone. We're back rubbing it again this week.
It's Big Tone who don't leave it alone. I like that about Big Tone.
Always rubbing it. A few weeks before the holidays.
Dude, what were you telling us about your hands right before we started?
Do these hands build great big things at the house?
There's no problem with these hands.
No problem with these hands. Do these hands look small? There's no problem in that department.
There's no problem.
Believe me.
Believe me.
No problem.
Believe me. Hold on, let me get Melania out here. By the way, has Melania got the biggest fucking brush off by everybody? The most beautiful first lady, classy, talented.
Ever.
I do like the fact, though, that...
Super smart.
Super smart, speaks multiple languages, but yet they make fun of her accent.
Yeah,
and if I ever did that, if I ever got on the air and made fun of somebody's accent, I would be vilified and hung on a cross for being a racist and intolerant.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
But Juice told me, he goes, dude, whenever anybody says something and they say, well, you're racist, you're this, you're that they're actually, what did you say? That's deflecting or projecting?
That's projectionism.
That's projectionism. Wow.
Whatever they call you is what they actually are.
Wait, are you saying sticks and stones will break my... No, that's not it. What's that saying?
Yeah. I had a whole conversation with my mother about this today.
About sticks and stones?
Just about confidence. You know, like, she's like, yeah, she goes, yeah, your grandmother called it the curse.
Wait, confidence is a curse?
Yeah, like, you have like, you don't really give a shit about... You truly don't care what other people say, because, like, you have, like, you know who you are, you have your beliefs, you have your family, you have your, you know, your own confidence in who you are. It really just truly doesn't matter.
So you're like, it's like, okay, all right, I get it. I'm an asshole. Yeah, all right. So I'm a fucking asshole. Yeah, I get it. I get it.
It's fine, man. You
right.
know, I'm right, but
right.
Okay. You know, it's like that kind of,
yeah.
It's like that insane confidence where, like, nothing you say is going to bother me, and I'm just going to carry on about my business.
Do you think that that's a good trait to have in sales?
That's the best trait to have anywhere.
Wow.
Anywhere.
What if you're a mortician? Is that a good
confident
quality?
Mortician?
Yeah. Hey, fuckstick. Let me help you out with something.
Yeah.
When I put Grandma in that box over there, she's gonna look like she can get up and walk out. All right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dude, by the way, I think you really hit on something, because if I have to have like a contractor or somebody come to my house and do some work, I love when they go like this. Excuse me. I think we got a handle on this.
Yeah.
We're going to put the wood over here. The nails go here. You know, if you want to get us a cup of coffee, that's great, but we got a handle on this. Yeah. I'm like, that's my fucking, that's my girl right there.
Yeah. I want someone to go say, hey, we're thinking about this. They're like, yeah, sounds good. No problem. Like, that's what I'm looking for. I think that's the greatest trait you can have anywhere. It's just any kind of confidence, to just a belief in yourself. I say constantly, that's the best thing my parents did for us.
Is what?
Just
instilling
gave us the confidence to. It's like an unshakable confidence in ourselves.
Juice, you got confidence in yourself?
A little bit.
That's not confidence, dude. That's not you can't have a little bit.
A little bit.
No, it's got to be like this. What the fuck? Yes, I have fucking confidence in myself.
Well, my boss did an exercise before he got let go with the team maybe 3 or 4 months ago.
Like push-ups?
No, a mental exercise.
Okay.
And he had us in the group chat, whatever the fuck it was, Teams or whatever. He said, put down the 3 top sales professionals you've ever met in your life. And a lot of people on the team were like sucking his dick and put like him as one of the people or whatever.
Right. You, boss. You're my hero.
You're the greatest.
I wasn't even thinking about it. I put like you and a couple of my old bosses. I
That's right.
didn't put my current boss, but
That's
you know,
right.
he said the right answer was to put your own name 3 times.
No, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
That's bullshit. No. That's to me. That's no.
No, that I'm going to tell you
So
what. I would say. I'm sorry, I interrupted you. Go ahead.
no. I'll stay with this.
I was just going to say, like, look, I'm pretty confident. I think I'm in the top 10, but I'm always looking at a star that I can track and emulate and steal some thoughts or learn from. I'm never too old to learn.
Yeah.
Yeah, you hear that old fucking chestnut every day of the week. You're never too old to learn. You really aren't. There's always going to be somebody bigger, better, and smarter than you. Always.
Always. Well, yeah, that's the difference. So my younger brother and I were working at a pathology laboratory 3 years ago, and we were in the process of I think we just gotten acquired, and the VP of sales flies up to Lexington, Mass, meets with the sales team, and at the time it's a small company. There's 4 people on the sales team. There's my brother and I, and there's 2 other people. So this guy sits down, knowing my brother works for the company, him and the sales manager, who I liked a lot. He's a good guy. And he goes, do me a favor. He goes, I want you to rank the 4 salespeople in the company. I go, what do you mean? I was like, I'm not doing that. You have the information. I don't need to do that.
Right.
He goes, no. If it's an exercise. If it was required, if I made you do it, what would you do? I go, okay, no problem. I go, I'd put, I said, my brother, and we'll call him John for argument's sake. I said, they've had the most success. We'll put them 1 and 2. I said, we'll call her Karen. I go, Karen's been out on maternity leave. I don't really know what her story is. I can't tell you if she's here or there. I said, and I'll put myself last. And he goes, really? You put yourself last? I go, yeah, sure. He goes, wow. He goes, that's not the answer I was looking for. I said, I look at the guy who's my sales manager, who I had a conversation with beforehand. I go, you played ball, right? He goes, yeah. I said, you played in college? He goes, yeah. I go, you want a teammate to sell you out? He goes, never. I go, okay. I said, if you really believe that I think I'm the worst salesperson here, maybe I shouldn't be working for you.
Wow. What'd the guy say?
Nothing. He goes, okay.
You know what? I'm just not into that. As you move through life, there's people and there's people, right? And there's people that are going to they like to beat around the bush, and I think they think they're teaching you and leading you. And we've worked together. You know that I here's what I like. I like the straight shot.
Yeah.
Right? I like the, hey, Ant, you're not the best. As a matter of fact, I'm going to rank you right now. You're 3rd, but I think you could be number 1. Yeah. Here's what you got to change. Now, I wouldn't do that in front of a group of people.
Right.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah.
But I like the straight shot.
Yeah, but that's fair.
I don't like that, dude, here's an exercise. I'm a big boy now. How about this? Just lay out the treasure map. Believe me, I want the fucking treasure.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be here if I wasn't looking for the treasure.
Yeah, I'll do what I have to do.
Right. So now what are you going to do? Here's what you're going to do. Hey, guys, there's a treasure map. It's in the room. Not going to tell you where it is. But the guy who can answer the next 4 questions, get the fuck out. Yeah. Where's the fucking map? Yeah. Do you not want the treasure?
And it's that simple. You know how long after I got home from Boston it took me to start looking for another job?
How long?
About 8 minutes.
Wow.
I went in and said hello to my wife, kids, started working on my resume. I'm like, I don't know, but I know that guy's a jerk off. I'm not working for that guy.
I got to tell you what. It's a funny profession that we're in. And we could wax poetic all night on that. But would you care if I pivoted to a different topic?
No.
I wanted to talk about war movies tonight.
Yeah.
But before we move into war movies, and I hate to do this on a full stomach. It's not really a great idea. But I want to talk about steak places.
Okay.
What is your... Juice, we'll start with you. What's your favorite steak place? And don't say Big Mac the Steakinator. That's not a fucking steak place,
really?
Okay?
The McRib?
Yeah, don't... I actually like the McRib.
I like the McRib.
If the McRib comes back on, I'm having a fucking... Fuck you, I'm having a McRib. Hey, can I get that McRib
back.
with...
It's coming back.
Can you get it with cheese?
Ew, no, that's gross. That's gross.
Oh, that's gross.
Did you know that cheese isn't staying on that sloppy-ass sandwich?
It really
You
is.
know that bun is sliding.
Dude, you get
right over as soon as you take
Dude,
a
you
bite.
gotta
Hey, maybe that'll be the COVID cure.
What?
The fucking McRib.
McRib?
Hey, you want to fuck people up? Go to a Chinese restaurant and order lo mein and tell the waiter you want cheese on it. No cheese! We have no cheese. Take 2 hours. They will absolutely go fucking nuts if you ask for cheese on it. But steak restaurant.
You're gonna kill me, but I just had this conversation, and I
won't kill you. I'll laugh at you. I'll make fun of you. I'll point my finger at you and say, look at this guy.
My steak cooking, and I didn't consciously do this. I realized when someone asked me, I do like 100% of my steak eating at home, and I cook it myself. When I go out, I mostly go out to like Down Neck or Don Pepe's. I know that sounds crazy,
Bro, I didn't ask you that. I didn't ask you about your personal life. I didn't ask you
So
if you
I don't know.
had steaks at home or you jerked off in front of the mirror. What I said to you was
around your neck.
Right, with belts around your neck. Right, with the margarine container out. I asked you what your steak
my
restaurant
God.
is.
Soaked in Crisco.
Sometimes I tuck it in.
Ew.
Are you a Tucker, dude? I don't want to get off the subject. Steak restaurant. So you're going to say Down Neck, Newark, New Jersey, you like Don Pepe's.
Come on, Tucker Carlson. Answer the question.
That's my thing.
That's it? You're going to go with that?
Well, see, I'm dying to go to Peter Luger's. I thought we were going to get a chance to go.
No. That's not the fucking question, man. The question was, what's your favorite steak place? And you actually said it before, so I'll answer your own question for you. You said, Don, I'd really like to go down Neck, Newark, and go to a Radizio. Right? We'll go to Iberia or whatever. Have a, that's...
Okay, but I don't...
That's not steak?
Sure it is, but I don't consider that like a steak place. Do you?
They serve steak. Yeah, I'm gonna
But you're
say
like
that.
a steak aficionado.
I don't know how... I'm fat. I'm not an aficionado.
There's two things cigars and steak.
Two things could be true.
Look, I do know cigars. Well, I'll
And you know wine.
I'll argue with you on that. I wouldn't say I know cigars. I know cigars I like.
I got it.
No. How do I do it? What do I say?
I got it.
No,
It's
you
an
said
elongated
no,
it.
It's wait. Is that what I say? I got it.
I got it.
I got it. But you're fucking completely wrong.
Yeah, but you're way off base on that.
All right. So you like Radizio down in Newark or Don Pepe's? Got it. What about you, Big
Oh,
T-Bird?
man, what's the place down the street from the old office? I mean, it's the major steakhouse.
Down the
right
street-
across the street from the old office.
Oh, Del Frisco's.
Del Frisco's.
You're a Del Frisco's guy.
Big time.
Really?
Yeah, that's one of the best steaks I've had anywhere. And Rails over here is really good.
I hear everybody creaming about Rails.
It's good. Del Frisco's is better.
I went to Rails in Summit.
Okay.
Super big pass.
Okay.
Super. I don't know the Rails over here. It might be great.
I think it's in Montville.
Yeah.
It's good. I went there for my anniversary a few years ago. It was very good.
If I had to pick a steak restaurant in New York, there's only so many to pick from. Tad's Boiled Steaks. How do they do that? They give you steak, salad, apple pie, coffee for $5.95.
I don't know.
How do they do? I don't know if that's fucking really steak.
No, that's a person.
Tad's Boiled
They're serving
Steaks.
you a human being.
There used to be a million of them in New York. I don't think there's any left.
Probably not. Not now.
But if I'm going to pick one, here's where I'm not. Let me tell you where I'm going to start. Where I'm not going to go. And this is no reflection on the quality of the food, but the ambiance is like eating in a fucking cave.
Okay.
Is Keen's
Okay.
on 36th with all the pipes on the ceiling. I mean, if you're going to go there with a bunch of guys and a hooker, that might be the place to go, right? But there's no real ambiance about it. The wait staff is phenomenal. The food is incredible. But it's also on 36, so when you come out of there, when you're done, you're like, guess we're going to go home because there's not a fucking thing around here,
Nope.
right?
Nope. East side, west side.
I'm going to say that's Midtown. It's between, I think it's actually between.
Is it near Stout?
Between 5th and 6th, I think it is.
Okay.
But if I'm going to pick a steak place in New York, depending upon if I'm going to go with a customer, if I'm going to go with my wife, I like the Strip House. The Strip House. Have you been to the Strip House?
No.
Strip House is on 10th. It's got this red flock wallpaper. It's romantic. It's great. The wait staff is iffy in there. So I'm a bit of a cock when it comes to. Look, when you're going to go out in New York and you're going to have a steak, I want you to be in. If you're the waiter, I want you to be involved in the process, right?
Yeah, right. You
So-
should know something I don't.
Exactly correct, right? And here's what I'm not going to ask him. Hey, what kind of steak should I have? I kind of know whether I'm going to have a ribeye or a New York strip or sirloin. Kind of know my cuts of meat. But here's what I'm talking about. I bring my wife to the strip house, and she hardly ever comes to the city, want to make a big deal out of it. So we sit down, and I'm all excited, and, you know, and not that I haven't been, I've been to steak restaurants a billion times, but I'm excited that she's there in this romantic place, really cool. And I go to the waiter, I'm like, so, what do you got for cocktails tonight? You know, and I'm like such a douchebag. I'm like this. I'm like, so, what do we got for a cocktail tonight?
Yeah.
And the guy goes, he looks at me, goes, I don't know. And he picks up the menu, goes, rum and coke, fucking, I don't know, gin and tonic. I mean, you know.
Cosmo.
And I was like this. I was like, is this your? And I'm legit. I'm like, is this like your job? Do you?
Yeah.
I mean, like, is this like your first night?
Is this like what you do for a
Full-time?
living?
Yeah.
What do you must do hair or something.
Yeah. Amaretto sour, sir.
Right. Is your other job? You cut hair? What do you
Were
do?
you a fucking dentist? Yeah.
And my wife got so fucking pissed. She's
I don't know how she goes out with you.
because that's how. I mean, I'm legit like. So I'll give you, you know, the opposite end of the spectrum is I go to a place called Joseph Leonard's, a tiny little restaurant in the West Village, and I was there with a friend. We go to the bar, and again, I'm like all excited to be there and happy that I'm out and alive and I'm a human being. I'm like, so, what do we got for a cocktail? And the bartender looks over, like one eye squinting at me, and he goes, "Did you ever have a fucking paperclip?" And I go, "But a paperclip? What the fuck? What's a fucking paperclip?" He goes, "It's like a paper plane, but we use bourbon." And I was like, I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. It sounds great.
Yeah.
He goes, Tell you what. And he doesn't say asshole. He's like, tell you what,
If you don't like it,
asshole. If you don't like it, you don't have to pay for it.
it's on me.
I'll make you something else. And
Done.
I'm like,
Done.
that's
Done.
I'm like,
It's really simple.
right. I'm like, everybody's happy, everybody's excited.
Yeah, it's really simple.
You know, but getting back to the steak restaurants, I'm with you. I like Del Frisco's.
Yeah.
Right?
Big fan.
I like a little place on 38th between 7th and 8th called Delmonico's Kitchen.
Yeah.
That's a cool little place.
Okay.
Right? Again, not the best neighborhood in the world because there's nothing around it. But I if I'm going to pick a couple of restaurants, I like that. I do like, because people like to go there and it's kind of fun, is the old Homestead.
Mm-hmm.
One with the cow outside,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But that's hit or miss, bro. I've been
Yeah.
there. It's been fabulous. I've been there. It's like, it's okay.
So I'm gonna try to say this without sounding childish. You know meat.
You don't like the cow scary?
No. How do you? So as far as steak orders go,
Yeah.
do you have a go-to? Do you defer? What's your what's your plan of action when you sit down?
Or with friends or customers?
No. Just if in general, if you're ordering a steak, you're out. Shouldn't matter who, right? What's the order look like?
Oh, well, for me, basically, if I'm teed up for a steak dinner, here's what I'm thinking. So I haven't eaten all day because I know I'm going for a steak and I'm going to eat.
Okay.
Right. So first thing I'm thinking about is what my cocktail's going to be.
Okay.
I used to like this thing called a gin martini. I don't drink those anymore because that is the devil's fucking blood. You drink that. That's what makes our buddy turn into from Johnny to Angry Johnny. He'll tell you.
Ooh.
Gin. So I'll have
Okay.
some type of cocktail, maybe an old fashioned, something like that.
Yeah.
I do like to have a little bit of an appetizer. I might knee jerk to the bacon for an appetizer. You know, the thick
cut bacon.
You ever have that
When?
juice? The thick cut bacon, right? And then, you know, I strike out a lot on ribeyes. And ribeyes, I pretty much can make them here. So I like sirloin or I like a New York strip.
Mm-hmm.
You might, if I have like a woolly, I'll do the pork chop.
Now, we'll leave for everybody out there who doesn't know, and is part of the uninitiated. That's just like a hankering for something. You need to have it.
That's
You
a real, as I would say, a real Gins term.
You got to, like you're jonesing for something. You have to
Right.
have. But how do you
It's a
order? What do
woolly.
you say? I want it medium?
Oh, no. Oh, how do I order it?
Medium rare?
No. I'm also going to want like a wedge salad with blue cheese dressing. And then for the steak, and I don't give a fuck about the sides. You order whatever you want. But not cream spinach. Why do people order that shit? It looks like you ate it already. Why would you eat that? No cream spinach.
If I could throw it up against the wall and it sticks, no thanks.
Dude, cream spinach, you know what that looks like?
Yeah.
Like a bad night and why I put in the toilet.
That looks like the next morning, yeah.
Right, exactly.
After every steak.
I was struggling for the words. Medium rare.
Okay.
Medium rare.
Do you ever, because I've been in places, actually we've been out together, and I've said to the waiter, he's like, how do you want it? I go, however the chef wants to send it out. Sometimes I'll defer.
Really?
I'll say, however the chef feels like it should be cooked.
You know what?
Whatever that means, I'm okay.
Bro, I'm not going to lie to you. I think I'm going to actually try that next time. And I'll live with the decision.
Well, because you know it's not going to be overcooked. It's going to be medium rare, medium at worst. You know, no chef, I don't think, is going to make it medium well. You know, you're going to get it that way anyway.
Bro, so you know my son's a chef, right?
Yes.
And, we've had him here for parties, and he's cooked steaks for us.
Excellent.
Do you know how he checks for the temperature of the steak?
Feels?
No. He has a little tool that he keeps in his pocket,
Okay.
and all the chefs do this.
Yeah.
It looks like almost like a long...
Like a thermometer.
It's thin like a paper clip, right?
Oh, okay.
Almost looks like a needle. And he puts it all the way into the steak. Now, he has you're right, he does touch it to see, and he's checking, finally before he serves it. He puts it in, takes it out, and touches it to his lip. Because your lip is the most sensitive part of your body next to the head of your dick, and you can't whip your dick out in the kitchen. And he touches it to his lip, and that gives him the temperature of the steak, and it's ready to come out off or not.
Wow. Is that a one-shot deal?
I don't know.
I hope so.
Dude, as my dearly departed father-in-law used to say, hey, asshole, if you're going to worry about what's going on in the kitchen, don't ever go out to eat. Right.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I think like everyone else, I think I make a pretty nice steak at home. But I mean, I just go by touch.
So let's talk about making steak at home. When you're making steak at home, Juice, do you ever do a pan-fried steak?
That's the only way I do it.
Well, tell us how you do it. I'm all ears.
Man, let's do it. So, a classic rookie mistake. I'm sure you guys already know this, but it's got to be out. They say 30 minutes. Got to be out at least an hour.
He's 100% right. People take it out 20 minutes. Oh, it's going to go bad.
No, it's not going to be. It's not going to be warm enough.
It's got to be fucking room temperature all the way through.
Has to be. Or you're going to fuck it up. Room temperature, salt, pepper, both sides. Smoking hot pan. Some olive oil. You get a nice sear on every side, top, bottom, and sides. And that's it. Then I put some thyme in there, some crushed garlic. Not crushed, but the whole clove, just smashed. And then some butter. That's it. And then I baste away. I flip it like every minute.
How good of a baster are you? Are you a novice baster or are you a master baster?
I'm a master baster.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, how about that one? Master baster. You know I was going to work that one into it, huh?
Master baster for sure. But yeah, no, it's...
I heard you're a master baster from way back.
Way back. Like 96, maybe?
Wow. Sounds about right.
Dude, there's nothing that I can listen, that it would be like me telling Michelangelo, a little bit more red over here on the robe.
I think
that was perfect.
That's fine.
That's perfect. Smoking hot, as hot as you can get that fucking
and then it's
got to
sit.
Pan.
Got to rest. The rest is important.
I think
rest it as long as you cooked it.
Spot on.
If it's 10 minutes, you let it sit there for 10 minutes. Take it off at medium or rare even. It's gonna come up to whatever's next.
I like what you said about finishing it with just a pat of butter.
Oh no! The whole time.
Oh really?
I baste the butter. So as soon as
you're a butter baster?
Yeah. Oh man.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm all about lubricant.
Wow.
So no, as soon as you sear it, that's when the butter goes in, and so it doesn't burn with the olive oil.
Now, the only drawback to that, bro, is it gets a little smoky in the kitchen, right?
Well, it's a mess.
Yeah, it's a total fucking mess.
Worth it.
Do you know what my boss does? If I say this is what we're doing, she's like, oh yeah? She will actually cover the entire kitchen in aluminum foil.
My boss.
She will actually cover the entire stove, except where the pan is, in aluminum foil. Now she's all right, asshole, now cook.
Smart.
That's the way to go. That's how to have
You know what else that's a killer recipe for? I'm sure you know this.
No, tell me.
Pork chops.
Dude, I'm going to tell you what. I haven't had a fried pork chop in a pan in a dog's age, but I got to do it.
I am going to make one for you. It'll change your life.
Bro, the first time I had, a real pork chop, I went to a restaurant and I ordered the pork chop. And this pork chop comes out and it's the most unbelievable, juicy piece of meat. And I said to the guy, I go, listen, I said, I'm not complaining. Not at all. This is one of the most delicious pieces of meat I've ever had, but you brought me a veal chop. And he goes, I'm going to whisper this so your wife doesn't hear it. You're playing with your dick. That's a Berkshire pork chop jerk off. Where do you think you are, at the fucking diner?
Wow.
He goes, that will taste like veal. That's a Berkshire pork chop. And I was like,
Sorry.
wow.
Sorry.
I'm actually...
I bow to a master.
Right. That's what I was. I was like, thank you, man. I have another.
Yeah,
I was
for
like,
sure.
whoa. But yeah, pork chop like that would be awesome as well.
There's a show I watch on Netflix called Somebody Feed Phil. I don't know if you guys check this out, but he goes to Venice. And the way they do this pork chop is bananas. Like they fillet it, like whatever. It's real thin, pound it out real good. And then they cook it in the pan. Just they bring it up. And then they put white vinegar. And they take it out, they drain it, drain the oil.
Right.
Then they fill the pan with white vinegar, and it just soaks in there to finish off.
Yes.
Oh my God! I mean, it looks insane.
Dude, my wife's friend makes this recipe that everybody rips their hair out over. It's the same thing. She does chicken cutlets and then finishes them, like you said, takes the oil out, puts them back in the pan, finishes them with sweet peppers,
God.
Vinegar peppers, but pours the vinegar in there. And it's it's absolutely incredible.
I think we all want a little tart, though, don't we? I think.
I like some tart, and I like a little retart, but that's me. I like it both ways.
I think you could tart it more than once.
Why do you think is Juice like super hungry? He doesn't want to talk about any of this stuff, or
we probably haven't let him.
When we have other stories, he has no problem fucking interrupting the flow and destroying the podcast. But you're not saying a fucking word.
We probably haven't let him get
a
a word in edgewise.
No, I'm learning a lot, actually, because I'm not familiar with these recipes, to be honest with you.
Hey,
I usually do like a skirt steak at home.
I like a skirt steak.
Skirt steak's not easy either. Quick.
I like a skirt steak.
Thanks.
A little tip out there for the juice heads. If you're not watching it, you're doing yourself a disservice because it's quick, it's easy, and it's not that difficult, and you make some really cool stuff. Gordon Ramsay does like these 4 or 5 minute videos on YouTube.
Oh, really?
Oh my God, where he
because I can't bear to watch him on TV.
I learned how to cut an onion like that.
Bro, he used to do a show where he was in Europe helping restaurants out. I watched that all the time. Then when he started doing his fucking Hell's Kitchen bullshit.
I never watched that. I don't like people.
Dude, I think they were actually watching that on Sopranos.
Hell's Kitchen?
No, the old Gordon Ramsay show.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
But go ahead.
But so it's like these 4 or 5 minute clips, 6 minute clips on YouTube where he blasts through these recipes. Really easy, hits every mark. I mean, you have to kind of fill in some gaps, but I mean, you can make some really good stuff. I mean, and it's not this laborious thing. You can just kind of sit and watch for 4 or 5 minutes while you're doing anything, and the next thing you know, you're making dinner.
I will tell you
really
what,
good. For
you people who, somebody said listening to this podcast was like listening to 3 Gindaloons from Newark, and I'm like, yeah, okay.
Fine.
But I don't know why you made me think of this, Big T, but one of the best sandwiches you could ever have, is peanut butter and jelly on Italian bread.
Yeah.
Not a soft fucking hoagie roll.
The Bonnell?
Not a panelle, but a panelle will work in a pinch.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about like a French loaf or a Baston, peanut butter and jelly. Not the easiest thing to eat on that. Once you have that, you will not go back to Medagon white bread. You just can't. You just can't.
Or the top of your mouth is going to be destroyed.
Right. Wow, look at that, man. We're burning right through it on this episode. Hey, folks, we're coming down to a minute, but you know what I think we're going to do? I think are we going to extend this? We're going to keep going, or we're going to wrap it up?
Down.
Wow. All right. Hey, listen, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in
He's taking the George Costanza
to the Gordon Ramsay, Jacques Pepin, what's her name? What was the French cook lady? Julia.
Little Debbie
cookies. Yes. We're out. Thanks for joining. We're out of here. We're putting it in the can, as they say on TV.
Hey, juice heads. If you have another recipe, if you have a preferred way to make your steak, drop it in the comment section. We'd like to give it a shot. We'd like to hear about
that's
it.
a great idea. And don't put cheese on it.
Yeah,
you
we want to make this
fuckers.
interactive, bros. Come on.
Yeah, let's hear how
Tell
you
us
guys
what
make
you got.
a
We're
steak.
not the only ones who make good steaks.
Oh,
Let's go.
listen to these
Figure it out.
assholes talking about steak. Let me tell you how to make a steak. Make a steak pizza over there.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
let's hear it.
That's fine. We'll try it at home.
Yeah. You know what? I'll tell you what. I'll make a commitment. If you do make a comment with a legitimate recipe and it doesn't include like dog balls, we'll try it. We'll cook it up and we'll try right here live on the show.
Yeah, and speak for yourself about the dog ball. Leave it in there anyway.
Yeah.